Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Centene Community Ice Center for Game 1 of the state playoffs between Carshield and the Blues. So if you remember those three games we played previously against the Blues, we played those to see who gets home ice advantage in these three games. So the Blues had won those, so we're starting off here at Centene. Our second game will be later in the month. Both teams travel President's Day weekend for tournaments. And so after that will be game 2, and if needed, game 3. So the kids coming off their weekend in Florida. Everybody made it back safely, even though some of the hotel accommodations were a little bit questionable. So as we get started, we will have 2 officials and 2 lines persons for this game. The officials are doing a little work on the ice already, which is always a good start. So we will not have Pickering tonight, as he took a little bump recently. But Cooper will be playing some tonight as he works his way back from his leg injury in November. So we were close to having a full team, and then not quite. So as we get ready for the drop of the puck, Miller, Barth, Berryman, Schrader, and Ridge, as we'll have some different D pairings with only 5. Blues win the face-off. It gets knocked back. Miller on the forecheck. Forces the Blues player back. They go D to D. And they go out. It hits Barth. Ridgway plays it in. Miller plays it in deeper. And the Blues play it out. It hits somebody. And Barth dumps it back in. Miller stops that pass. Centers. Doesn't quite get it to Barth. Out to Blaine. Blaine's going to dump it down deep. Gets played up the wall. Hits hard and comes out to center ice. Played up to Barth. Miller comes for a change. D goes for a change. Flogger gets it in deep. Barth down there still. And a puck played out. Barth battles, knocks it away. And the Blues go in. Shot, hits a stick. Hits a skate. Mike took the guy. Cooper gets it out of the zone. And he's on the forecheck.
It's weird. It just.
Now they go cross ice. Now they turn it back, go the other way. And puck comes through. Misses Stanley. Lacoste back to get it. He and Gibbons still out there together. Flipped up, but not hard enough, and the Blues played in offsides. So Springer and Fisher are going to help on with Stanley. Rawls and Blaine. The puck played back, won by the Blues on the faceoff. Dumped in a little bit. Brock gets it. Fisher. Now it's played in. Rawls back to get it. He hacks it forward, but no Blues or no Carshield player there. Now it comes out to the point. Played back along the point. They're just going to flip it in the far corner. Blaine over to get it. Now back out to the point. They go to the near side. They play it in. It's Brandon's pad and goes wide. Fish gathers, but it slides off a stick. Dumped in again. Blaine in there. Puck stopped. Rolls after him. Might be a hook, but we don't get that called with two officials because he couldn't move his stick. Now it goes back behind. And it's played back in the corner. Rolls over to get it. Now Blaine, as it hits a skate, as Fisher tries to go out. They dump it in. Rolls over to get it. Puck tied up behind. Fisher's still there. Now it squirts out. Carshield needs to get this puck out. As Blues have changed, and that goes into the netting. So we'll get a change. Pitcher's going to hop on with Kaiser and Simpson. Ridge and Lacoste are going to go out. Pitcher to the dot. Pitcher gets thrown out immediately. Wow. Puck one. Pitcher pushes it forward. Their D gets it, puts it down deep. That's played up the wall. And Brandon covers. So face off to Brandon's right. Pitcher to the dot. Pitcher ties it up. JR pokes in there. Now it squirts out. Pitcher took it to the wall. JR grabs it. Hits the wall. Lacoste there. Gets tied up. JR is still poking it forward. Now Mike pokes it forward. Still trying to poke it forward. And the Blues push it forward. Bouncy puck. And it's played into the netting. So Miller line, Barth, Berryman will hop on. Lacoste and Ridge stay. Face off again to Brandon to right. Puck one back toward Brandon, and he covers. Same people, same place. Puck one back by the Blues. Good forecheck by Barth. Forces it down deep. Now the puck comes out. And Berryman pokes that away, and he's in on the forecheck. Blues come up the other side. Barth has a guy lined up, and they dump it in. Brandon whips it around. We don't have anybody over there. Shot back down in the corner. Blaine back to get it. Back out to the point. Shot in. Brandon with the save. Tries to push it away. Can't. It popped too far out. Now back to point. Barth there. They shoot wide. Now back out to the point. And Brandon covers that. So pitcher line will hop out with Flogger Schultz. Blaine and Given will stay. Pitcher to the dot. Puck tied up. Blues get it, go down low. Given after it. Now it comes out to the point. Down to this side. Shot hits Flogger. Goes down into the corner. Now Blaine had some room and played it out. That's covered by Brandon. So Lacoste and Rawls will head out. Pitcher line stays out there. We'll redo it for some reason. Tied up again. Just under everybody. In the way is the official. And gets played up the wall. They shoot wide into the corner. Comes back to the near side. Back to the point, and that's going to squirt out. Schultz on the forecheck. They miss it. Hits Flogger on the clearance. Now down to Cooper. Cooper shoots high, hits the side of the net. Plays it down low to Flogger. Now pitcher. Now pitcher still. Back out to Rawls. Rawls shot low, kicked out to Lacoste. Lacoste down to Schultz. He'll bang it around to pitcher. Pitcher down low to Flogger. Now it squirts out to the middle, and the Blues are going to come out. Lacoste gathers up to Schultz. Schultz through Flogger's legs. Now Schultz gathers, flips it in on goal as they go for a line change. Might have liked to see him just wind up there and hit it, but we'll take him just being on the ice. Puck goes through, and Brandon with a great save as it had hopped on Ridge, and they were through on a breakaway. Brandon got it with the glove and popped it up, and it didn't go any further. Brock gets it, dumps it in, gets interfered with. Two officials, and we're not calling things. So Fisher out with Springer Stanley. Ridge and Blaine out there. We really could have been done quickly if they'd stopped doing the silliness at the faceoffs. Here we stopped again. No one did anything different, and then we dropped the puck. Puck gets caught up in Blaine's skates. Now Brock. Now it's shot in. Brandon tips it. Now he whips it around the net. It's played out to the point. Shot in. Brandon puts it in the corner. Blaine up the wall to Fisher. Fisher chips Springer. Now Stanley. Now Springer. Springer's going to get the zone. And Given on. Given cuts in. Brandon knocks that away. They find Brock. Brock's going to get the line. Gets elbowed. Well, now Flogger intercepts as he hops on. He's on with Kaiser. Kaiser down low to Flogger. Flogger gets it knocked away low. Simpson hops on. Now they played up the wall. Simpson's going to intercept, but it hops off his stick. Oh, he was in on the slot. He read that pass perfectly. Pass hits Simpson. Now he plays it down low. Now goes the other way. Given over there. He'll knock it away up the wall. Flogger has space. He dumps it in. Simpson and Kaiser on the chase. Simpson gathers, tries to find Flogger. Just gets it knocked away at the last minute, and the Blues head out. They drop it. There's a seam through there. Still going. Brandon has to make a toe save, I think, on friendly fire. And they dump it in deep. Given over to get it. Whiffs the pass. Now the Blues turn. Kid falls down, but still gets the puck because, oof. We got to be harder on the puck here as we're just letting them skate around. They skate in, go wide. Drop it. Back out to the point. Now down low. Lacoste down there. It's in his skates. player trips his own teammate. Luckily, no call. And he gets dumped in. Barth on, Berryman on, Miller on. Schrader and Rawls. Puck played up, chipped in. Blaine back to get it. Rawls back to get it. Rawls around the boards. Berryman pokes it forward, gets out of the zone. Barth tries to get position, but pass gets to the Blues teammate. Up to Rawls. Barth. Two players stand each other up, and nothing happens with the puck. And now they go backward. Puck played in. They shoot right into Brandon's chest. Face off to Brandon's left. 6:09 left in the first. Here we are wasting time on the face-off again. We win the face-off. Barth did as they got thrown out. Back out to the point as we win the face-off. We can't get it out. Now it's out to Berryman. Berryman pushes it forward. He's in on forecheck, knocks it around. He goes down low, battles, goes down, cross-checked, and Blues come out with it. Puck played up the wall. Rawls there. Guy tries to swing it in. Louis gets enough angle, and Brandon makes the save. Pitcher to the dot. Lacoste and Ridge. Puck tied up. Now Flogger finds Cooper. Cooper's going to head in, get the zone, flip it in. Flogger in on the forecheck. And the Blues break out. Puck dumped in. Brandon there. Brandon finds Ridge. Ridge has got a couple guys on him. Now it's played corner. Cooper bangs it off the wall. It comes out of the zone. He and Flogger out on the forecheck. The Blues are going to dump it back in. Brandon's going to go get it. Brandon up the wall to Flogger to Schultz. Schultz is going to dump it in. Speed's a question right now for Cooper. We don't know what's there. So forward to go for a line change. Fisher, Springer, Stanley, Lacoste, and Ridge. Puck went back by Fish. Brock battles for it. Lacoste gets it, pushes it forward. Fisher battling. The Blues break out with it. Ridge over there knocks it away. Now they get the line, dump it in. Lacoste back to get it. Going to back it up to Ridge. Ridge to Springer in the air, though. Now Springer's going to go the other way to Lacoste. Lacoste up the wall to Stanley. Tips at it. Blues gather. They go back in. Now it's back out. Now Springer has it. Tries to go around. Not quite hard enough. Now Ridge to Springer, and that gets going to get dumped in, but not all the way. Stanley on the forecheck. Given hops on a D. Fisher back checking, puts it in the corner. Now a shot. Now Fisher has it. Fish gets the line, dumps it in. He's going to go for a change. Kaiser on. Pitcher on. Blues head in. Stop. It's given. Now it's along the wall. They center it. Kaiser pushes. Blues intercept. They center it. And Blaine gets that, hacks at it. Now it's down low. No one's with him. His pitcher ties up the guy in front. Just sitting there, and Mike knocks it away. Now down low. Knocked away by Blaine. Now it goes the other way. Springer at the end of a long shift. Tries to get there. Now it squirts through. Pitcher to go over there. And it comes back out to the point. Shot hits Blues player. And Brandon makes the save. Blaine knocks it away. So I think Brandon was trying to cover. And it comes out. Simpson's going to hop on. The pitcher comes off too. So they got to kind of figure out. Simpson kind of lost a shift there, I think, as Springer was stuck out on the ice. Miller out. Barth, Berryman, Rawls, and Lacasse. Puck shot through. Brandon puts it in the corner. Blues come off with it. Shot deflected high, not quite in the netting. Lacasse down there. Blues come away with it. Lacasse knocks it wide. Barth ties that up. He gets hacked at. Now the Blues play it off their defenseman, Berryman, back on the forecheck. Player lost his edge, and then Barth took the other one. Puck over to Rawls. He falls. Now Berryman. Ref's just letting everything go here. Flogger intercepts that. He goes wide. Shot just high. That's going to rim all the way around, and that's going to be a problem as the D was changing. Ridge gets over there, and Blaine breaks it up. He's going to go forward a little bit. Now he keeps going. Pitcher's going to hop on. Flogger. Flogger shoots. Probably didn't get all of it, but Schultz just missed that. They break out the other way. Now they play it out to the point. Shot wide. Shot hits the side of the net. Puck over. Mike takes his man. Cooper gets enough of the stick there. In other games, that would have been a slash, but not this one. They play it forward, and Given back to get it. He's going to bang it up to Ridge. Now the Blues are going to whip it in. Buell back to get it. Now Given. We got to get this out, boys. Pitcher over to get it. He's going to find Cooper. Cooper can't get it out. Back in. Play to the corner. Cooper over there. And that ends the first period. So 0-0 after one. Start of the second, 0-0 is our score. Carshield wins a face-off. Rawls and Lacoste out. Puck hits a Blues player and goes the other way. And gets dumped back down in. Springer there, now Fisher. Played up the wall, but that's offsides. The Rawls had just scooted out. So Miller, Barth, Berryman are going to hop over. Miller to the dot. Barth wins it back to Ridge. Ridge hits a stick with his entry pass. It's bouncy. A shot from Barth, and I think, yep, he squeezed it. Good reaction saved by the goalie there as it came in hot and low and 5-hole. Miller back to the dot. Puck one to the side. Blues play it back behind. Now they play it back. They fumble it. Now it goes back to the other side. Played up the wall. Now Schrader's going to get that. Tries to play it down low. Now Berryman does. But we have backed out. Now it's played around Barth. Up the wall. Through to the middle. And there's a bit of a 2-on-1 happening. Ridge breaks it up, and Ridge is going to take a penalty on that. Can't believe that's the first penalty tonight, as we've had worse. So the Blues pull the goalie out. They're going to flip it in, which is always an interesting play when you have 6-on-5 to just give up the puck. So Flogger, Pitcher, Lacoste, and Given head out. Cooper won't play power play, I would assume, or won't play penalty kill. Puck one back by the Blues. Down low. Back out to the half wall, now to the point. Point to point. Hits a skate in the middle. Now back out to the point. Now to the side. He tries to toe drag. Mike gets a body part on it. And puck comes out. Flogger there battling for it. Flogger is still there killing time against 3 Blues players. Finally, they come away with it. They go across the middle. Flogger breaks that up too. And the puck goes wide. They try and dump it in, but the kid misses it. It's bouncy on Brandon, but he settles, puts it around the boards. Out to the point. They switch sides. Come to the near side. Pass eludes their player, but he gathers it and turns. Over to the far side. Back out to the top, to the near side. To the slot. Mike breaks that up enough. And then we'll have to see where the puck actually is here. Brandon may have saved it. Yep. Brandon sealed the post as they hacked at it and kept it out. So Fisher Springer are going to hop on. Who we got on D? Rawls and Blaine. Fisher wins the puck backward. Comes out to the point. Comes to the near side. Shot off the crossbar. Off the top of the crossbar. Eludes their player on the bouncy. Then it comes out. Fisher harassing that, and they play it back into their zone. Now it goes to the other side. That's offsides. Fisher to the dot. Wins it all the way back. Blaine back to get it. Rims it around the glass. Comes to the point. Now it's down low. He's just going to be allowed to walk in. Brandon whips the stick at him. Now it's in the slot. Hits the stick, goes high. Now out to. Ridge is going to go back because we're in defense. Comes out to the slot. Ridge harasses. Now it's to the other side. Comes to this point again. Miller's going to hop on. Ridge off. We'll talk about the glory days when he played forward for that shift. Fisher heads out. Gets the line, dumps it in. Miller over to get it. Lacoste and Ridge. Kaiser hops on. So Miller, Kaiser, Simpson's going to hop on too. And it's played up the wall. D-man sidesteps a couple. Takes it in, shoots wide. Someone needed to get a body on him. Puck played around. Kaiser over to get it. Comes out. Now it's played down into the blue zone. We only have one forechecker right now. Play it through the middle. Simpson breaks that up. Now the Blues come through. Get through somehow. And Brandon reaches back and makes the save. Not sure how that kid got through. So pitcher heads on with Flogger and Schultz. Ridge and Lacoste back there. We're going to have another face-off issue again. Pitcher wins the puck back. Now it's up in the air and out of play. So we'll do it again. Pitcher back to the dot. Puck tied up, still in skates. Still in skates. Now it's bouncy. Now it's going to go to Brandon. He's going to try and get it out. And he does get it out. D goes side to side. Goes in back to Brandon. He's going to rim it around. Gets past everybody except the Blues player. They find it in the slot. Now to the far side. Gets tipped. Goes down low. Ridge there. Pitcher there. Schultz hacks at it. Comes out. And that's going to go for icing. Miller line hops back on. Schrader given. Puck played back to Given. Oof, hits the side of the net. Now it's played up. Given goes to get it. Now it comes to the middle. Shot. Brandon with the save. They got a kid wide open. Brandon with another save. Everybody stays for Carshield. Barth on the forecheck. Gets a piece of it. Goes to the wall. Berryman there. Puck looked to have come out. I guess it didn't. Now they play it through. Given wins that. Plays it through center ice. Barth on the forecheck. Comes out the other side, up the wall. Now to center ice. Berryman breaks that up. They still go. They try and go around Rawls. Now Miller gathers, tries to play it off the boards, and hits the Blues player. Shot hits Rawls' skates. Berryman pulls to the middle. Oof. Puck with the Blues kid, and he hit Brandon in the mask. Springer Fisher Stanley on. All changed at once. Shot hits B up high. Makes the save. Come on. Come on. Now they drop it, shoot, well wide. Now it hits the dasher weird. It's the second time it's hit weird over there. Shot through, tipped high into the netting. Pitcher to the dot. Shot through. Brandon blocker save. Brandon with an amazing pad save because it hit somebody, and he covers. Yep. So made the blocker save. The blocker save hit somebody in front. It was going in. Brandon pushed and flipped the flipper and was able to knock it away. Lacoste to Rawls. Now Stanley tries to flip it up to Springer. Puck doesn't come out. Fisher rolls into, uh-oh. Oh, they're going to call another penalty. Man, if the Blues could just stay on their feet and not fall down, this wouldn't be a problem. Louis went to the wrong box. Now he's home. So pitcher Flogger out, Ridge and Schrader. Puck tied up. Comes back out to the point. They play it back and forth. Shot tipped wide. The pitcher just going to dump it into the bench. Hit somebody leaning over. Now the officials at the box. Now they're coming back. We're going to check with the reporter in the box to see what happened. Blues go D to D. Back to the near side. Back to the point. Back out to the point. Back to the near side. Back out to the point. Back to the near side. Shot through. The guy was open. Brandon makes the save. Puck gets cleared but not out. They go down low wide. Goes through on Rich's stick but can't quite get it out. And they play it back behind the net. Back out to the point. Back to the near side. Back to the far side. Shot and a goal. So 1-0 Blues on a power play goal. They just kept getting more compact and more compact and more compact, and finally found a shot that Brandon couldn't get to. Fisher out there, Springer. Fisher plays it back. Lacoste's pass to Given gets knocked away. Now Fisher. Played out, just past Brock. And they're going to come near side. That's going to be intercepted by Fish. Now Springer. Oh, and Fisher just can't collect it as he was in alone. Given down low. Just takes an elbow. Hey! Yeah, he called it. Yeah, and we score! So it gets passed around and Fish puts it in on the delayed penalty. So 1-1 is our score. So it looks like it was loose in front, and Fisher got it and put it home. Up to Schultz. Pitcher knocks it in. Now up wide. They come to the near side. Pitcher there. Schrader. Schrader's going to go up the wall, past everybody. Didn't hit a soul. We got an elbow on somebody on the Blues. So we'll go back to power play, which we didn't get before. I'm not quite sure if Brian got the goal. Not sure if Brian got the goal. Looked like it was at the edge of the screen. All right, so no Pickering on a power play. Lacoste, Blaine, Flogger, pitcher, they're all trying to figure out where to go. I'm going to guess Lacoste is going to come near wall. Cooper's going to go far wall. Pitcher, Flogger will be in front. Puck tied up. Blue's going to rim it around. Ben there, plays it down low. Flogger there and Ben. Played a pitcher. It's knocked up in the air. Now it comes out. Schultz plays it down to pitcher. Tries to get it across. And Blues out on a breakaway. Blaine breaks that up. Pitcher breaks it up. Oh, they still get it. Now Flogger finds Lacoste. Gets his own, finds pitcher. He's going to go over to Schultz. He's going to glove it. Oh, and he's going to lose an edge. Not surprising. Up to Schultz. He leaves it for Flogger, but Flogger wasn't there. All right, let's go. Oh, they missed the pass. The pitcher's going to intercept. He's going to head in. Shoots. Oh, pad out wide. And now they're going to go. Shot, Brandon save, and he's going to cover. The forwards are pretty gassed. So Miller, Berryman, Barth, Rawls, and Ridge. 16 seconds left in the power play. Puck dropped, played back, shot through wide. Barth passes out, but to nobody. And it goes along the wall, chipped up. Now Berryman, bouncy puck, can't get it. Penalty's going to be over. And it comes to the near side. Blues gather at center ice. They head in. Toe drag gets broken up. But puck is stolen. Now Rawls plays it forward. Now down low to Ridge. Ridge plays it out to the Blues player. And shot high, comes out the other side. Brandon plays it to the corner. And Brandon makes the save. Given and Schrader are going to hop with pitcher, Simpson, and Kaiser. Pitcher wins face off, and it goes back to the Blues. Blaine blocks it, gets it out of the zone, but it gets stolen. Now they go D to D and head out. Given back to Blaine. Blaine hits Simpson. He knocks it down. Now it's going to go to pitcher. Pitcher shoots wide. Now the Blues head in. They're going to play it through, and it's knocked away by Blaine. Shot kicked away by Brandon. Now up the boards. Shot. Brandon kicks that away. Popped up in the air. Player came off the wall, ripped high and wide, and it's coming up at Ron Stanley. Really would have expected Ron to make a better effort there. So Fisher's going to head out with Springer and Stanley. Ron with the didn't dive across the seats as expected. Fisher face-off goes back for the Blues. Now it's rimmed around. Rawls down there. Ties his guy up. Fisher over to get it. He turns. Goes the other way to Rawls. Rawls bangs it off the glass. We just watched the Blues go get it. And the puck played out. It's going to die. So Springer on the forecheck. Now Stanley flips it in. And Springer's going to go get it. Rimmed around. Fisher cuts that off. Then the second Blues player comes in to help. Springer pulls it away. Stanley pushes it forward. And they played up the wall. And out of the zone. They head in, stop, go wide. Shoot it over the other way. Their D-man plays with it, loses it, and goes in the corner. Now it's shot back out. And the Blues start in their defensive zone. Pitcher heads off. Brandon's going to cover. Blaine and Ridge, pitcher line, Schultz and Flogger. Brandon's taking a moment to reset. Puck kicked back out. Shot in. Brandon, save, cover.
Like my new Cobalt.
So pitcher back to the dot. Comes back out of the point same way. Hit a skate. Back out to the point. Tipped. Schultz can't quite hack at it as it's rolling. Now they're going to play it wide. Shot. Brandon carries that into the corner. Pitcher over there. Now Blaine there. Now back out to the point. Shot through. Tipped. Brandon with the save. Miller line going to hop on. Berryman Barth as this group couldn't get out of the zone. Puck played down low. Lacoste and Given are on. Miller line. Out to the point. They go D to D. Played down low. Blues come away with it. They go cross ice. Shot down low, tipped wide. Now played out to the slot. Hits Miller, and Bart's going to push it out. He's going to try and toe drag, pushes it forward. It's bouncy. Oh, and he missed. Second one hits the goalie, too. The goalie was not able to cover. Oh, what an opportunity. Puck played out to the point. They got a guy wide open in the middle, and he can't control the puck either. Berryman pushes his guy up against the wall. Puck comes around. Pass deflected. Back out to the point. Less than 30 seconds left. Puck played to the middle. Ben tied up his guy. Puck at the point. Just played out of the zone. Oh! Nothing there in the back. So kid went right through Fisher's or Berryman's back, and no call.
I thought he was calling something.
So Miller line out. Puck happed forward. Shot. Hit something. Goes in the corner. To the front. Brandon with the save and the end of the period. And we got Ridge and someone else with their helmets tied together. So we'll be taking a Zambo break here. After two, we are 1-1. Carshield goal by Fisher. All right, fresh ice, little leftover water. We're ready for the start of the third period. 1-1 is our score. Carshield goal by Fisher. 16 minutes left in this third period. Miller line's going to start off. Berryman, Barth, Ridge, and Blaine. Puck tied up, pushed forward by Ridge. And Blues come up the wall. Dump it in. Brandon out to get it. He goes up the wall to Blaine. Blaine goes back the other way, misses Ridge. He goes down. They come out past the slot. Brandon has to make a save. Kid was wide open. Now they go back out to the point. Shot wide. All the way out to Barth. Now it hops on Ridge. Again, goes right to a Blues player. And chipped to center ice by Otto. Puck played up to center ice. Flipped in. Hoppy on Brandon, and he makes the save. And the one Blues player tries to push himself out of there. Pitcher's going to head out with Flogger, Schultz, Lacasse, and Given. Face-off, tied up, comes out to the point. Forward takes it over to the far side. Play it down low. Back out to the point. Off the wall. Now Cooper has space, has room. He's going to head in. Tries to get it over to Flogger. It bounces in on the goalie, and we're going to get a face-off. One of the Blues coaches not happy there. So pitcher's going to go to the dot. Puck one to Schultz. He kicks it forward, but the D-man gets it. Schultz loses his stick, so we're going to have an offsides. Guess not. They brought it in, so we're going to play that rule tonight. Puck all the way back to Brandon. He's going to rim it around to Flogger, past Flogger. Gets popped in. Comes off to the near side. Given was there. Now pitcher. Puck slides through. Given. Puck comes out. He goes in. Shot. Deflected. Brandon pushes behind the net. Everybody tied up down there. Go back out to the point. Shot through. Goes wide off Brandon's pad. Back out to the point. Shot into the corner as they had a player hopping on. Everybody went away. Now Cooper. Cooper's going to head in, dump it in. He's going for a change. Stanley on. Stanley down low. Fisher joins him. Fisher takes the man. On his buddy, the cameraman was right there too. I bet he got a good shot of that. Down low to Springer. Springer comes off. 2 shots. Can't get either of them up enough. And it's loose. And now they blow the whistle. Oh, a little air under that would have been a goal. Fish to the dot. Now we're worried about where people are lined up again. And the official skates. Now Blues player takes a dive. And D-man loses it. Fish on the forecheck. But he passes it over enough. Kaiser now on. Back to Blaine. He's going to whip it in. And no delayed offsides that time. Simpson and pitcher are going to hop on. So pitcher to the dot. Blues come away with it, put it in. Blaine back to get it. Blaine still battling. Oh, that was a nasty attempt at knees there. They dump it in offsides. That should technically go all the way down to the other side. They're just going to put it at center ice. So pitcher to the dot again, Kaiser, Simpson, Rawls, and Schrader. Puck played forward. Simpson in on the forecheck with Kaiser. Now Rawls steps up. Puck's in everybody's skates. Pitcher's going to knock it forward. Kaiser over to get it. And is dumped into Blaine. Pouncing puck again. He finds Rawls. Rawls flips it up but hits the forward. Blues back out to the point. They go D to D. Now down low, going to rim it all the way around. Rawls pushes the guy off the puck. Gets it down the wall. Kaiser in. Oh, but can't control the puck. Now Barth on, Miller on. Lacasse on, Ridge on. Miller breaks that up. Barth backhand, hits the D-man. Backhand goes wide. Ridge hacks at it. Again, a bouncing puck. Hits Lacasse. And he goes all the way to Barth, who tips it in. Or everybody thought he tipped it in. Lacasse pushes it forward. Out of the middle. Now Barth. Now it stays in. Berryman pushes it down. They go D to D. Ridge steps up. Now it's played to Lacoste. It's at center ice. He's going to get it, dump it in. Pitcher's going to hop on. Given hops on. Puck goes across. Blues get the zone. Step in, shot. Brandon, save, knocks it away with the paddle. Pitcher knocks it out. Forwards come on a slow change. And the Blues go through center ice. Given gets there, knocks it forward. Now it goes out to the point where the Blues have two players. Now he turns. Back out to the point. Back to the near side. Shot. Brandon with the glove. Pitcher gets tossed. Guessing Flogger will head in there. Flogger wins the faceoff. Now back out to the point. Shot low through. Now Cooper has ice. Tries to find Flogger and misses him. Fisher line out, rolls in Lacoste. Back out to the point. Played down low. Rawls battling. Fisher down there. Now Stanley knocks it forward. Springer in on the forecheck. Fisher takes a guy at center ice. Now they come wide. Stanley takes a good hit. And Blues player goes wide. Goes to center, shot and a goal. As they got in on a 2-on-1. Miller line's going to hop on. Blues head in, pass through, hits Blaine. Miller pokes that away. There's a stick loose. Miller still battling. Played into Brandon. He's going to cover. Puck played forward. Now Barth heads out with it. He's got speed. Shoots low, wide. Berryman breaks that up at the blue line. Goes back in. Now goes the other side. Now they go back. That's misplayed by the D-man. Now up the wall and pass behind, but their D's going to get it. Shoots. Hits something. And that's icing. So Flogger pitcher Schultz going to hop on for a defensive zone faceoff with Lacoste and Given. Puck played forward. Still there. Now knocked away by Flogger. Out of the zone. Schultz on a forecheck. Gets interfered with. Puck hits somebody. Now played up to pitcher. Goes past pitcher. Now Flogger there. Now pitcher. Pitcher plays it to the corner. Blues play it forward. Now it's to Cooper. He just plays it in deep. Now he's battling. Now it's going to go high off the wall. And down the ice. Hits a weird standard again. They must not be very lined up. Comes out of the zone. Flogger grabs. Now pitcher's going to hack forward. Now they're going to go in deep. Brandon's going to intercept. Finds Lacoste. Finds Flogger. Flogger chips to pitcher. Can't get it out. Given back. Or Lacoste back. Finds Schultz. Twice he can't get it out. No interference there as Flogger got elbowed up high and he's hurting. Puck goes through. Fisher on. And they're going to get interference on the Blues. Finally, kid just went through the back and they finally called that. Same kid with a slash. So Fisher Group's going to be out for the power play. Springer, Stanley, Blaine, and Lacoste. Springer gathers that. Can't get it back to Blaine. Gets flippied up in the air. And Blues come away with it. Chip it forward. Into Brock. Now it goes the other way. Lacoste. Still getting chipped around. Now over to Fisher. Back to Blaine. He's got a turn as was in his skates. Blaine's going to go forward. He's got ice. Got lots of room. He's going to head in. Stops. Loses an edge. And Fisher reassesses. Fisher, Springer, bounces off a stick. They're in on a break. Brandon shuts that down. Barth on. Now Fisher goes through center ice. Ridge on. Now to Springer. Springer tries to get to Lacoste. Now Springer with the backhand. Now Lacoste. 20 seconds left on the power play. Fisher turns, has ice. Shoots, tipped. Off the goalie. Now Barth. To the middle. Lacoste scores! Puck slides all the way over to Lacoste, and he puts it in the back of the net. I think that came across from Barth. Miller Line's going to hop on. .456 left in the third, no matter what Brian's clock says. Miller to the dot. Puck played wide. Lacasse over to get it. Going to bang it up the wall. Doesn't go very far. It gets played in. Pass, hits a stick, goes behind. Back out to the point. Wide. They try and bang it in. Brandon covers that. I don't think they ran the clock.
What?
Did they run the clock?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay.
Like about 20 seconds.
So Miller back to the dot. Blaine gets a stick lifted. Now Otto high off the glass and into the overflow crowd. Miller wins it back in the corner. Blaine there. Ties it up. Miller hits somebody with it. Now he kicks it forward. Doesn't come out. Again, hits a Blues player. And now it's played out to center ice. Puck hits Barth. Barth tries to get it to Berryman. Now Berryman down low. Barth comes out to Rawls. Rawls shoots. Oh, goalie can't play it. Miller. Oh! Miller picks it out of the air off the ice, but can't get it to go. Pitcher going to head out with Schultz and Flogs. Flogger looks okay after taking something that really made him mad earlier. Puck back, shot, hits something, goes up high, real high. Now it's down low. Flogger over to get it. Pitcher's there. Elbow. Now it comes out. Comes in near side. Flipped high. They knock it down. Given kicks it away. He's going to bang it off the wall. Schultz not going to be able to get there. Not going to be able to turn quick enough. But it's going to come to Given. He tries to kick it. Worked the first time. Schultz misses again. Man. Got to get control of that puck, bud. And it heads in. Stanley on. Now Schultz. Oh, tries to give it to Given, but Given came to the middle. Now back out to the point. Shot through, hits wide. Watch him! Sorry, didn't mean to yell in your ear. Puck played through, played all the way through. Can't get it out. Now Stanley, nope. Oh, Brock gets turned on. Puck played to the corner. Pitcher over to get it. Can't get it out, goes back down low. Blues are going to go change. This is our opportunity. No one helps them. A kid pulls, shoots. Brandon with a nice save. Gets tied up in the corner. They play it out, so we'll get a change. Springer, Fisher, Schrader, Ridge. 2 minutes left in the third. Blues play it back to their goalie. Always an interesting play. I don't think goalies like that one too much. Back out to Ridge. Ridge shoots low, hits a Blues player. Oh, hits Brock. So it's going right to Blaine. 3 along the wall. Fisher is going to get that, come out with it. Hits the official. Fish still battling. He gets pushed down. Back out. Now it hops on Ridge. Ridge turns, goes. Going to play his guy into the wall. Springer there to help, gets hooked. Blues player pulls it away, passes, and Ridge is going to go with it. Out to Springer. Shot, blocker, Ridge there. Hits something. Springer can't get it in the air. Now Berryman gets slashed. That's why he lost his stick. Played up the wall. They play it to the near side. Lacoste plays it in offside, which is a good time for a change. Miller's going to hop on with Barth and Berryman. Rolls and nope. Blaine's going to hop with Ben. Puck played in by Berryman to their D-man. Barth on the forecheck. Now it's played in deep. Buell out to get it. He's going to rim it around, but along the dasher. Now it's hacked out. Played D to D by the Blues. Up the wall. They all miss it. Oh, they wave that off. That's Blaine and Lacoste both there. Guys holding the stick, still holding the stick. No call, as Otto couldn't do anything because the guy had a stick. Otto comes back to knock it away. Otto takes the man. The puck stays there. 10 seconds left. And we're headed to overtime. So we'll have a brief break. So I imagine this is 5-minute 3-on-3 OT. Not 16 minutes, probably. Now we're going to have a clock rundown. So I'll be back in just a minute. All right, it looks like we're going to play till someone scores. 16 more minutes on the clock. 5 on 5. Pitcher, Flogger, Schultz, Blaine, and Ridge. Puck dropped. Squirts out to Ridge, back to Blaine. Ooh, misses Ridge. Now to the middle, now to Flogs. Flogs takes that in, gets it in deep. They play it back. Our two forwards are high. They play it up the wall. And Cooper got away with one there. Yep. They're not going to call that one either. So, puck played over the near side to the middle. Backhanded in. Hits a bunch of things, but never Brandon. Back out to the point. Flogger. Shot. Brandon wide. Squirts out. Now Cooper. Shot. That's goalie's going to have to play that, so no icing. Because they're going short shifts here. Springer, Fisher. Someone else should be on here. And Stanley finally hops on. So Brandon will have a face-off to his right. No, this game could have got done a lot earlier if they'd stopped messing around with the face-offs. Fisher wins it back. Ben whips it around, gets pulled at. Now up the wall, goes backward. Fisher there. Stops, turns. Rolls there. Comes up the wall. Stanley over to get it. He tries to play it out. The Blues play it down. D-man skates in. They play it to the middle. Shot. Brandon with the glove save. Miller's going to hop on with Berryman and Barth. Given and Schrader and Ridge. Miller to the dot. Blues player gets thrown out because who knows? Ridgway comes away with it. Oh, doesn't quite get it to Blaine. Blaine has it up against the wall. Back out to the point. They go D to D. Played against the wall. Miller there. Takes the angle. Now it's in skates. Push to Barth. Barth tries to go around. Now the puck's still there. Now it hits skates. Now it comes out. Interesting, the guy on the line didn't see it, but the guy behind the line clearly saw it. Miller wins it back. Ridge to Blaine. Blaine's pass hits something. Now Miller off the wall. Now gets played in, and that doesn't hit anything. And so that'll be icing. Lacoste and Rawls are going to hop on. Miller line's still out there. Back out shot. Brandon with the save. Good shot from the point off clean win by the Blues. Played back down low. Shot and a goal. Player came off the wall, shot back near side, and the Blues take the first game 3-2 in overtime. We will be back at you Friday evening from RP Lumber, where we'll be playing the Florida Surf. Carshield goals by Lacoste and Fisher in the losing effort.